you put everything you've got into the land. It's about heritage, hard work, and the promise of a good harvest. We understand that commitment. Our precision aerial application saves you valuable time, giving you more hours back to spend with the ones who matter most. We help you maximize yields and protect your crops, season after season. Advanced technology, efficient coverage, and a dedication to your success. Bradley Air Spray. Precision mapping and professional application. Trust the experts to protect your yield.
Hi, I'm Barry McKeegan at Denham Chrysler Jeep. You might remember me from such commercials as No Bull Sale or Spin to Win. Well, I'm back, and so is the brand new 2026 Jeep Cherokee with an incredible driving range of over 800 kilometers on a single tank. And you don't have to plug it in. The all-new Cherokee offers more room, outstanding safety features, including standard active driving assist and unsurpassed in-class towing. See and drive the all-new 2026 Jeep Cherokee today. We'd love to see you, and here at Denham Chrysler, we're ready to help you now and for every mile down the road.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster and area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Good day and welcome to Live with Kurt Price, presented by Harris Electric. For over 75 years, Harris Electric has been a name Lloydminster trusts. From major commercial projects to agricultural operations, they deliver dependable electrical solutions. If it matters to your business, trust Harris Electric. HarrisElectric.ca, 780-875-3336. We're excited and pleased to be able to introduce you to the new Chief Executive Officer of the Lloydminster Men's Shelter, Mr. Allan Bartolcic is here. He joins us today on the program, and we'll get to know him a little bit more. We're proud to partner with Umbrella Marketing and Design and Sobeys to bring you Cupcakes for Caregivers. Cupcakes for Caregivers is a great way to get those caregivers in our lives that are often overlooked recognized. We'll be heading out today with another Cupcakes delivery, and you can help us get caregivers recognized by nominating a caregiver or caregivers. Just send an email to livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. We could be showing up with a dozen delicious cupcakes and a big, big thank you on your behalf. There's another Chase the Ace draw at the Lloydminster Exhibition tomorrow night, 7:30, and the jackpot is now over $36,000, and already it's closing in on $37,000. Tickets are available to purchase in person at the Lloyd X office. You just go down to the Lloyd X or by going to lloydx.com. You can also e-transfer to Chase the Ace at lloydx.com. You must use the password CTALEX, include your name and phone number. Tickets 1 for $10, 3 for $25, 8 for $50, and 20 for $100. There are 43 cards in the deck now. The Lloydminster Heavy Oil Show is back at the Lloydminster Exhibition September 16th and 17th. And while we have the whole summer to get through before then, Gerald Albers told us they still have a few spots open for vendors, and now is the time to apply.
You need to apply at www.lhos.ca. You go under application to be an exhibitor, and there's a process, and we just ask you to fill it out, and we'll get you an answer back very shortly. There is a selection process, just so people know. You're not automatically, if you apply, you don't guarantee you get a booth, but we have a very high success rate. But our show is intended to keep it oil and gas related, but also we've tried to branch into the services a little bit that support this great industry.
It's time now for the Lloydminster Look Back, brought to you by Exhaust Masters. Exhaust Masters Lloydminster is your first call for exhaust and undercarriage performance, upgrades, and repair. Exhaust Masters is your go-to for oil field and industrial exhaust needs. And with the community of Marwayne celebrating their centennial this weekend, we look back at their 75th anniversary in 2001.
I'm building a birthday cake. An anniversary cake. That's what I'm building.
A big cake on a big float for a big celebration, Marwayne's 75th anniversary. And while preparations are underway for a fun-filled weekend, many are also remembering the past.
I came up to Marwayne in 1932 with with my parents and my sisters and brothers, and I've enjoyed living here. My husband passed away a few years ago, and my son took over the store. And I still go down there at my age and help them out as much as I can. My grandchildren said, "What did you do when you were a girl, Mom, Grandma?" And I said, "Oh, we drove on the railroad tracks and walked down the railroad tracks."
And it's these memories that will be shared this weekend here in Marwayne as friends and families from far and wide will be descending on the village to celebrate its milestone 75th anniversary.
I'm looking forward to all the people coming back, because this is my hometown. I have lived here all my life, and there'll be so many people coming. And there's so many exciting things that people have got planned.
Saturday morning starts with the parade at 10, and then there's at noon. Pretty well everything starts on Main Street. There's activities for children. There's a car show and shine. There's a ball tournament.
And this isn't all the organizing committee has planned. A dinner and dance will be held, and of course, fireworks will mark this 75-year achievement.
I think it's really important, basically because we are a small community. I mean, 75 years to us is a milestone, and we feel that it's really important to recognize that, and we're proud of that.
In Marwayne, Anne-Marie Blackburn, NewsHour.
Jared Russell has been named as the 2026 Parade Marshal. Congratulations to Jared. Very well deserved. The Lloyd X Fair takes place July 8th this year and runs through the 11th. And the parade, of course, is on the Wednesday, July 8th. And once again, this year, Live with Kurt Price, excited to bring you that via Facebook and YouTube. We're going to work with Vidare Images and Forges Media to bring you that. You can tune in on Facebook Live or on YouTube at 10 a.m. July 8th and join myself and Stacey Comer for all the action and excitement of the parade presented by the Lloydminster and District Co-op. And we also want to thank Lakeland College, the City of Lloydminster, and the Gold Horse Casino for their support. BioClean Disaster Services is committed, certified, reliable, and will help you get your life back. We have seen a lot of rain and a lot of flooding around, and I know a lot of people that has happened to, not necessarily this year, but man, when it happens, I'll tell you what, you really do miss your basement, and BioClean Disaster Services will work to get you back into your basement, and that's what they mean when they say get your life back. BioClean Disaster Services at 1-833-246-8326, because taking care of your property and your belongings, of course, is so important. But more than anything, taking care of you and your family is what BioClean Disaster Services does. And they're very local, supporting the community in many different ways. BioClean Disaster Services, Lloydminster and area. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to introduce you to the new Chief Executive Officer of the Men's Shelter here in Lloydminster, Mr. Allan Bartolcic.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
A good night's sleep starts with the right mattress, and you'll find a great selection at Border City Furniture. From plush to firm and everything in between, we carry quality mattresses to fit your comfort level and budget. Looking at a new bedroom set? Paired with a new mattress. Updating your guest room? Start with a new mattress. Just tired of waking up sore? It might be time for a new mattress. And while you're here, browse our selection of sectionals, sofa sets, dining furniture, and recliners. For better sleep and quality Canadian-made furniture, visit Border City Furniture, your locally owned furniture store in downtown Lloydminster.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we take pride in our quality products and outstanding service. Our custom processing goes far beyond just cutting your meat. There's also a very popular in-store cuts and fresh sausage cooler with all your family's needs and budget in mind. Planning a wedding, family reunion, or weekend get-together? Let us prepare a mouth-watering roast beef, pulled pork, or brisket to perfection just for you. Or take it home and prepare it yourself with one of our incredible Yoder smokers. Diamond 7 Meats, locally owned, family owned, and proudly serving the farm families and communities of the Midwest.
Superior Water specializes in nothing but water, and with over 23 years in the business, they're proud and confident that their water and service is superior. For iron filters, water softeners, reverse osmosis distillers, chlorine removal, and H2S odor removal, give Superior Water a call at 780-875-6636 or stop and see them at their 57th Avenue location right beside Sheepskin Loft, and stay hydrated with pure, clean water. I drink Superior Water because I like the taste. After all, it is Superior Water. Welcome back to Live with Kurt Price, presented by Harris Electric. We are excited to introduce you today to the new Chief Executive Officer of the Lloydminster Men's Shelter. Mr. Allan Bartolcic is joining us today, and we're going to get to know him a little bit. I promise I won't ask the heavy questions today as we just get into who is this guy and what the heck does he want to be in Lloydminster for? Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah, no, for sure. A little bit about myself. I've been in the nonprofit sector for over 25 years, and I have a real passion to make a difference. That's ultimately what I'm all about. It really starts from here and then it quickly follows with here, right? So if I believe in it, then I'm certainly 110% engaged in the efforts and what we do as a nonprofit society.
How long have you been in Lloyd?
3 weeks.
That's it, eh? That's
yeah,
it.
That's it. Yeah. It's been a bit of a whirlwind, but it's been exciting. Everyone's been very welcoming, from the board of directors to the staff to the community, and I just have been tasting all of the fine restaurants throughout the city, and absolutely love it.
What make you've worked all over Western Canada?
Yep.
What is it about Lloyd makes you want to come to Lloyd and take on this?
They've got a spirit here of caring for one another and collaborating and with all the groups. And my first really impression has been the welcoming attitude. You shake the hand of your neighbor next door, and everybody's kind of been welcoming and really authentic to me, and I absolutely love it. And I've been in Alberta for the last 30 years, other than a number of years in British Columbia. But one thing I love about Alberta is you get a little bit of Alberta and you get a little bit of Saskatchewan, right? I mean, I was born in Saskatchewan, so for me, this is like coming home.
It is, eh?
Yeah.
What has the first impression been like for going around town and getting to know, compared to maybe some of the other places you've, like, where have you worked before?
Well, I've worked in smaller communities. I've worked in larger communities. From this perspective, I would say it was a mid community compared to working either in Edmonton or Lethbridge or out in Sicamous. Here we're looking at roughly about 35,000 people, and I love the collaborative effort of this community. I love the amount of groups and the resources that are available specifically to all of our community members, and really the engagement of everyone involved. They see an opportunity and they want to roll up their sleeves and get things done. That's what I love about it.
How did you come to determine that?
How did I determine that? Was based upon
Lloydminster. I'm going to have some help here. Sort of.
Yeah, no, definitely. The things that I've read, I have family in the greater area. Told me about the aspects of living out in Lloyd, living out in northern part of Alberta, some of the community groups that are certainly involved, the involvement between the city and the province and all of the other groups. It just seemed to me, for me, the right place, the right time, at the right destination for myself and in my career.
Perfect. I want to know. I want to ask about your leadership style.
Yes.
What's that? What's that?
My
Style?
leadership style is very much collaborative. I like to get a perspective from all sides, from a community perspective, from a government perspective, from a community group perspective, from a board perspective, and that's the way I really work. Is I want to hear, listen, and learn before I, ultimately make the decision. Yes, ultimately it boils down to one person making the decision, but overall it's a collaborative effort by which you really get a sense of what is going on, so then you can have at least a better idea on what steps to take forward.
So you have a first impression of the community. What was your first impression of the men's shelter?
Oh, the men's shelter. It's to me, it's an all-in-one. It's a shelter. It's a food bank. It's a resource referral. There are a lot of great moving parts within the shelter. Sure, there are challenges, definitely, and I don't certainly have all the answers as 3 weeks into the role. But I think there's been a tremendous amount of work that has been done by the previous leadership, the current board, the previous board of directors, and certainly the community members. It's I'm left with, okay, this has been great work so far, but we have so much more to do.
Those partnerships, you mentioned partnerships with the community, you mentioned with the provinces, but I'm wondering about the partnerships that have developed in Lloydminster with the men's shelter already.
Yes.
Like we have a kind of a collaborative kind of take on things. You have the olive tree, you have the hub of healing, you have residence and recovery. All those, they all seem to work together. Does that fit your style?
It does. It certainly does. And listen, learning, and understanding for sure. And I look forward to attending and facilitating and attending all of these meetings, either in person, via Zoom, via Teams, or what have you. But I think the key point is how do we work together to work within our strengths? We don't have all of the answers to sort of the bigger question, but in partnership and in collaboration with, it certainly could be refined and defined better as we move forward and working together.
Have you been introduced to that yet? Like the
yes,
Becky from the Olive Tree.
Yeah. I haven't got to meet Becky, but I've met. I was at a distribution center with the Olive Tree where they have their food bank. I've been to the Native Friendship Center. I've been to this. I've been to the City Hall. I've been kind of driven around by some of my senior leadership to say, hey, you know what? Here we are. This is part of Lloyd. Here we go. I've gone to service to try to work out as well. Yeah, that's doing me very well. But anyways, and it's just been wonderful because I learn about not just the history, but where we are today, and I love those synergies and those connections, so then I can really start to build upon the story. Myself, I'm a storyteller. If you don't know that already, based upon some of the conversations we've already had, but I'm a storyteller, and for me, it's just what is going to be our story moving forward as the men's shelter.
I'm curious when I think about Lloydminster and that collaboration. Like you've worked in so many different places in Western Canada. Is that common to have organizations working together hand in hand, or is that something kind of unique to Lloyd?
I think it's common but very unique to Lloyd in the sense that there's purposeful collaborative meetings that we want to see regularly. What are people doing? How are we doing? I've been involved in other organizations where we would have interagency meetings. We would have meetings at certain levels. But what I notice is we're constantly collaborating in one way or another through events, through campaigns, and I just think it's a real good fit and a synergy, because everyone here at the end of the day is just trying to help each other. We, when we see somebody win and move forward, then, high five, great job. How can we continue to further go down this path to ensure further success and further drives? To me, it's one of the most exciting things when you build that collaboration, and then you start to I used the analogy of a clay and formulating that clay all together, not just one hand, but several hands in order to create what we want to do moving forward.
So working with those different organizations in different communities, like, is this your first this is like the homeless side of things, but I would be familiar with it because
yes,
I worked at this sort of thing?
Yes, 100%. So the first time on the homeless side of things, my experience has been in sort of the social service sector, from working in the food bank, accreditation with Food Banks Canada, with counseling, mental health. I've been in organizations but yeah, this is the first time in working in a shelter. But at the same token, I'm excited about the opportunity. I'm excited about where we can certainly go with this. And as I mentioned, there's been a tremendous amount of work that's been done to this point. I want to learn from that. So then not just myself, but our society can learn, and our partners, on how do we move forward as next steps based upon the learnings that we've already taken.
I would think that would be a huge asset.
Yes.
Like, not necessarily being that you've worked in this particular with homeless before, but watching from a distance and seeing what other people have done in other communities and learning from that. I would bet that is a huge asset for you.
Oh yeah, number one, and certainly 100%. And that's who I am. I like to listen. I like to learn. I like to sort of feel. You know what they say? The 4-H model: look, listen, feel, touch. That's the way I really am. And once I have a better understanding and I'm in there more, and I'm sort of certainly I see the day-to-day activities that we go through the shelter and some of the challenges that we face, and really excited about the path potentially that we can lead forward.
Sometimes I feel like Lloydminster thinks it's unique in its homelessness problems and its issues and its things that are happening. You've been everywhere. You've worked in a lot of different places. It's not so unique.
No, it's not unique. And I kind of bring back sort of a story, as I mentioned, the whole storyteller. And I grew up in the Lower East Side of Vancouver. And I saw homelessness firsthand. I didn't grow up too far from Hastings in Maine. I grew up on Commercial Drive there, and you just knew, as a young person, to sort of, don't touch that, don't do this. But it was an awareness, and really it affected me personally when I found out later in life that several of my friends ended up homeless as well, and if I could have sort of turned back the time and been able to sort of be that guiding force, I would have been. But it's just one of those things where it's there in every community, in every city, in one way or another. We just have to find the unique Lloyd approach by which we can move this forward.
I would think seeing that at a young age creates a ton of empathy too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's, for me, it's always been, I'm tremendously empathetic, and sometimes that's a downfall, but it's also good as well. But this is just who I am as a person.
How hands-on would you call your leadership style?
Certainly hands-on when I need to be.
Because you've done some fundraising and stuff.
Yeah. But I also like to lead from behind. So really empowering whoever it might be, whether it's our senior staff, whether it's our board of directors or what have you, because I'm not the single body or the single voice or the single figurehead of the Lloydminster Men's Shelter. Right. We're a collaborative group, and the messaging will be a collaborative message.
We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more from the new Chief Executive Officer of the Men's Shelter, Mr. Allan Bartolcic, in just a moment here on Live with Kurt Price, presented by Harris Electric.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years. It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
What if your lifestyle could stay as vibrant as you are? Discover Care Freedom Living by Wellings. It's a modern way of living designed for people who want life to feel easier, more connected, and entirely their own. At Wellings of Lloydminster, your days unfold at your pace with spaces that feel modern, welcoming, and full of possibility. Live life on your terms and at your own pace at Wellings. Visit Wellings to discover more, 3211 72nd Avenue, Lloydminster, and at wellingsoflloydminster.com. Our guest today on Live with Kurt Price, presented by Harris Electric, is the new Chief Executive Officer of the Men's Shelter here in Lloydminster. We're excited that he's made this one of his first stops. So I don't know if we're the first stop, but Allan Bartolcic is here, and we appreciate you coming to talk to us. We really do. It really means a lot to us that you made a stop.
Well, I had to meet the famous Kurt Price, right? I mean, come on, you're it.
I like to hear that, but listen, now this is such a complex issue. Like, it's one of the most talked about issues. Not only is it talked about in Lloydminster, but as we've talked about, it's talked about everywhere. It's like across the country, and people are saying, if I could solve this in a heartbeat, I would. There's no easy answer, but what makes you want to tackle such an issue?
Yeah, as you mentioned, it is a complex issue, and I don't have all of the answers, but I'm willing and able to work collaboratively with the community, our community partners, our government partners, our board of directors, everyone, to see where we can create a truly unique Lloydminster way forward. I don't know what that is. But I think in time and in the future collaboration, we'll be able to either shift or move forward, whatever that looks like. But I think whatever it is, there's going to be, I think, a positive outcome regardless. And as you mentioned, this is not a unique thing to just Lloyd. This is a unique thing across our country. And we can take a look at models and what other communities do across the country by way of how they deal with their homelessness. But again, it's something unique to our community. I think that's important, and always keeping in the back of our mind.
You know what I notice, Allan, is you keep saying a Lloydminster solution.
Yes.
Now, we have so many different organizations in Lloyd that are a Lloydminster solution.
Yes.
So I think hearing you say that,
yes,
I start to get excited about a Lloydminster solution, because we have the B. Fisher Foundation here.
Yes.
There's no B. Fisher Foundation in other communities. No. We have the Olive Tree here. There's no Olive Tree in other communities and other centers. Border City Connects is unique to Lloydminster. They don't have that in other places. Yeah. And now you're saying you want to find a particularly Lloydminster. Where does that come from? Like, just from studying Lloydminster? Like,
no, it's just who I am.
Like, if you were in Saskatoon, would you be saying, well, we got to find a Saskatoon solution? Or is this a Lloydminster?
I think just because Lloydminster is, we're rolling up our sleeves and let's